Bonjour, c'est Clara French in the Midlands. This video is about the difference between écouter and entendre. It's fairly clear-cut, but stay till the end and I'll give you a few expressions containing these two verbs. Before we carry on, I just want to say you can claim your free ebook, The 12 Golden Rules of French, at the link in the description. It's perfect for beginners. Or if you want to study a bit of French to be more conversationally fluent, if you want to string sentences together from day one with everyday expressions and vocab, this course is for you. So click the link and see what it's about. Let's start with écouter. It means to listen or to listen to. For example, il faut écouter les profs en classe au lieu de rêvasser. Il faut écouter les profs en classe au lieu de rêvasser. You need to listen to the teachers in class instead of daydreaming. Not sure you've heard of rêvasser. You know rêver, which is to dream. Rêvasser, it's sort of dream, so daydreaming basically. Robert n'écoute pas quand on lui parle. Robert n'écoute pas quand on lui parle. Robert doesn't really listen when people talk to him. You see the on here stands for everybody. It's someone who just can't listen. Je suis pas fan de la musique pop. Je préfère écouter du rock. Je ne suis pas fan de la musique pop. Je préfère écouter du rock. I'm not a fan of pop music. I prefer listening to rock. Now for entendre, it means to hear. In English, you tend to say, I can hear or I can't hear. In French, you don't need the can. You just use I hear or I don't hear. Let me give you an example. J'entends un bruit bizarre dans le garage. J'entends un bruit bizarre dans le garage. I can hear a funny noise in the garage. You see how in English you don't say I hear a funny noise. It's something missing. I can hear. You don't need the can in French. Sarah est sourde. Elle n'entend rien sans son appareil. Sarah est sourde. Elle n'entend rien sans son appareil. So appareil here is short for appareil auditif. Sarah is deaf. She can't hear anything without her hearing aid. Or quite simply, she can't hear without her hearing aid. Again, notice we didn't use can't hear in French. We've used she doesn't hear. And the third one, je n'ai pas entendu le réveil ce matin. Je n'ai pas entendu le réveil ce matin. I didn't hear the alarm this morning. Now let's have a look at a few expressions using écouter. Première phrase, il n'écoute que d'une oreille. Il n'écoute que d'une oreille. You will remember that ne que means only. And it means he's not really listening. In French, literally, it means he only listens with one ear. So he's half listening. Quite like this expression. Then we've got Louisa s'écoute beaucoup parler. Louisa s'écoute beaucoup parler. So s'écouter parler is your expression. And suddenly s'écouter is reflexive because it's oneself. Louisa really likes the sound of her own voice. See, in French we say she listens to herself talk a lot. And the last one, Jacques a tendance à écouter aux portes. Jacques a tendance à écouter aux portes. Jacques tends to be very nosy. And I love the way we say it in French. We say he tends to listen at the doors. You know, to eavesdrop. Now, I would say the most useful expressions are the ones using entendre. And you'll see why in a minute. There's two expressions that the French use, and people can't really say when to use which one, but there's a clear difference. Entendre parler de is to hear about something or someone. For instance, on n'entend plus parler de Stéphane. Il va comment? On n'entend plus parler de Stéphane. Il va comment? We don't hear about Stéphane anymore. How is he? See, entendre parler de, to hear about someone or something. Now the next one, entendre dire que, is to hear people say that. So, whereas the first one you only need a name or a thing or an object, here you will need a whole sentence. You hear people say what? For instance, j'ai entendu dire que tu partais en Australie. C'est vrai? J'ai entendu dire que tu partais en Australie. C'est vrai? I heard you were leaving for Australia. Is it true? You see how in English you don't need to say I heard people say that you were leaving in Australia. For Australia, sorry. You just need to say I heard you were leaving for Australia. And that's it for now. Please give me a like if you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. À bientôt!